welcome to Crushing Kayfabe. My name is Jason Garish, and much like every other single podcast that I've listened to, and there have been some great ones that went into this horrible tragedy. Unfortunately, I have to start things off with the passing of Jay Briscoe, or otherwise known as Jamin Pugh, his legal name. Horrible tragedy, and I've got to give a lot of credit to Don Tony, who I actually a lot of the information I have was from listening to his podcast. So go support him along with a lot of other podcasts who've done an incredible job of covering the loss of Jay Briscoe, along with so many tributes online. Whether it be AEW stars, WWE stars, I've seen so much outpouring of love, such an outpouring of love that's been incredible. Just incredible. One of the Briscoe brothers, I should say, are one of the greatest tag teams never to have gotten signed by WWE, and that's one of those things I always waited for, always wanted to happen, was to see them get signed by WWE. And honestly, I think Triple H would have signed them a long time ago if it wasn't for the controversial comments that Jay had made in 2011, which I should say, he's totally rebuked wow, this microphone is not cooperating. I'm sorry. He has totally rescinded since then. But it's an absolute shame that those comments, which he claims to have been in the character of his wrestling character, which weren't his own personal beliefs, and I don't know the man personally, so I can't say that, but many people since have spoken out and said that he has been an incredible, amazing support within the LGBTQ community. So I don't think that's the real Jay Briscoe that we heard years ago regarding his feelings regarding homosexuality and whatnot. So for those to be held against him is just ridiculous. He was unfortunately kept off of AEW television because the network had forbidden Tony Khan to put him on the network, which is a crying shame once again, because those comments have totally been rescinded, and he's done a ton of work since then to throw out support for the LGBTQ community. So to keep him off of television for that reason is an absolute shame. And like I said, I Triple H was one of the first people to send out a real heartfelt tweet after his death. So honestly, in my opinion, I think Triple H wanted to sign them a long time ago and was held back because of that, because being a publicly owned corporation, because the networks probably wouldn't allow it. So I think that kept the Briscoes, unfortunately, from being signed to WWE, which is an incredible shame. I would have loved to have seen, as with a lot of other people, have loved to have seen them go up against the Usos and countless other. The New Day would have been great. The Wyatt family would have been incredible. Countless tag teams would have just made for great feuds, incredible feuds. Unfortunately, we'll never see those come to fruition. But yeah. So Jamin Pugh, more commonly known as Jay Briscoe, unfortunately died on the 17th of January 2023. He was in the car with his two daughters. His son Gannon was not present in the vehicle. His daughter Gracie, who's 12, Jayle, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, I'm sorry if I'm not, who is 9. Both were in critical condition. I don't know if that's been updated, but I think one of them might have been serious condition now. Gracie, who is 12, has undergone spinal surgery because she had lost movement in her legs and feeling in her lower portion of her legs. From what I understand now, I hope that I'm not falsely reporting this, she has regained some movement in her feet and in her legs. So I know that Ashley, the wife of Jay, has released a statement requesting prayers, and please, I encourage everyone to pray for Ashley and her family. Like I said, Gannon, their son, was not in the vehicle. They were coming back from a cheerleading competition. Jay was driving. He was driving his 2016 Chevrolet Silverado 2500 when apparently around 5:30, which is considered twilight, or in this time of year in Delaware. He was in Ashley, Delaware. Not Ashley, Delaware. I apologize. Laurel, Delaware, on Laurel Road, which apparently I've heard is a major route with a speed limit of 50 miles per hour. They were heading home from the cheerleading competition when a 27-year-old Lillian Turnahan, I believe her name it was, who was driving a 2019 Silverado 1500, two very large vehicles, collided head-on. Lillian Turnahan apparently had just gone around a corner, and instead of turning with the corner, went straight and went head-on into Jay's vehicle, Jay's truck. So she went into his lane and went head-on straight into Jay's vehicle, his 2016 Chevrolet Silverado 2500, which, once again, these are massive full-size trucks. There is no toxicology report available. I'm guessing that might come available further on down the line. Some states takes a very long time for that report to be published and to be done. I know Florida, it takes forever for them to get those reports out. So as of right now, there is no toxicology report that I'm aware of, and it might be a while before we see anything. So we don't know if there was drinking involved. We do know that because of the conditions and being around twilight, dusk, whatnot, that her vision might have been impaired going around the corner. There wasn't any significant rain or snow, so the road should have been good conditions. There shouldn't have been any factor from weather, so it appears to be solely on the other driver's ability to remain in her lane. Like I said, she had gone around the corner and gone straight instead of turning with the corner, and veered into Jay's lane and hit the truck head on. Everyone was, to my knowledge, was in their seatbelts except for Jay. The driver of the 2019 Silverado was in a seatbelt, and thank God Jay's two daughters were in seatbelts, which they were in the back seat anyway, so it's a much safer location to be than in the front. But Jay, who was in the front, obviously driving, was not wearing a seatbelt. From what I've seen and heard, I don't think it would have mattered if he was, because the impact of these two vehicles going at approximately 50 miles per hour, weighing several thousand pounds, I think regardless of whether he was wearing a seatbelt or not, he probably would be dead. I'm not an expert on the topic, but from what I can tell, he probably would not have survived it, or would have had very critical wounds. So unfortunately, grave tragedy, horrible event. Like I mentioned, I honestly believe them to be one one of the best tag teams in the world, if not the best. They're right up there within the top 5, definitely. And I think they were the best tag team never to be signed, if not, one of the best tag teams, if not the best team never to be signed with WWE, in the modern age. Terribly sad. He's survived by his wife Ashley and his 2 daughters, Gracie and Jaylee, and his brother Mark. He was 38 years old. Like I said, once again, just a horrible thing. And it's been highlighted and attributed on every other show, which it should be, because this is a horrible tragedy. And I'm not sure what else to say. Jay was a ROH Hall of Famer. He was at one point in time the Ring of Honor champion and did some great solo matches. I don't want to say solo, that shouldn't, but did some great matches on his own, without his brother. But incredible, horrible tragedy. It was a wonderful thing to see the tributes on like SmackDown, was the WWE wrestlers wearing the J armbands, the black J armbands, Jay Briscoe armbands, and see the AEW wrestlers wearing that. It was heart touching to see that, because this is obviously a horrible tragedy. Like I said, I honestly think Triple H, if it wasn't for the scandal, would have signed them a long time ago. And it speaks to Jay's character, obviously, that so many people have come out in support of him, and especially the gay community has come out and supported him, despite the comments from 2011, which, like I say, he's done so many things to redeem himself from those comments, and he even says that they were in character, not of his own viewpoints. So, that's about all I can say on that topic, but it's a real shame. I was hoping to see the 10 bell salute, excuse me, on AEW Dynamite. It was a little, at least they did, it was a little bit of a letdown not to see it, but at least they did do a moment of silence and showing a picture of Jay to begin with, which was the right thing to do, especially since he was signed with Ring of Honor. It's unfortunate that the network kept them from doing anything more, which is a real absolute shame. But after Dynamite was broadcast, a tribute to Jay was filmed. They're going to do a 1-hour tribute, which is going to be on Ring of Honor's was it Honor Card, I think it's called, their service at their pay service, and I've heard that it's also going to be free on the Ring of Honor YouTube channel. I've subscribed to it. I've been checking back. They haven't put anything up yet, but I hear it's also going to be available free on there, and I very much look forward to seeing that. I think that's going to be a great show. Tony Khan, once again, he takes a lot of criticism from me, but on the personal note, when tragedy does happen, he always does the right thing, and always does what he should, I should say, and always does, what's the word I'm looking for, rises up to the occasion and does a great job. And he did an incredible job with the Brody Lee tribute, and I look forward to seeing the tribute for Jay. So I've also heard that there are going to be other programs following this too, I believe through Ring of Honor, so we can look forward to some more tribute programs from Ring of Honor and Tony Khan and whatnot. So So that's something to look forward to in the future, and that's something that's going to be well deserved. So, my prayers go out to Jay's family, and hopefully, hopefully they can move forward with it from this tragedy, and hopefully there are no I don't want to say lasting impact because this is going to impact them forever, obviously, but hopefully they can recover physically at least, because both girls were in critical condition, and as I had mentioned before, I think it was Gracie, the oldest, who had spinal surgery, and hopefully, I hope that she'll regain full use of her legs and won't suffer any permanent damage. I guess is the only way I can say it. But yeah, like I said, prayers definitely go out to them. It's almost feels silly to discuss anything else, but obviously we've got other things to discuss. Wow. This one hit home really hard. I was, like I said, I was hoping to see someday the Briscoes on national television. Obviously, aside from Ring of Honor, but that's one that is sad because I don't feel like they'll ever get the full recognition that those guys deserve. Deeply, deeply deserve for the work they've done in Ring of Honor, in the Indies, in New Japan. They need to get the respect they deserve. They were one of the best tag teams out there, and it's sad. It's really sad. But hey, NHL, where'd that come from? NFL is starting to wind down some things in the postseason here. Looks like we're gonna have Chiefs versus the Bengals. That one shocked me because I thought for sure it was gonna be Chiefs versus Bills, but Bengals made it through. Amazingly enough, Jacksonville, man, Jags gave Kansas City a test, huh? Jacksonville's starting to look like a good team. That's surprising, amazing. What a turnaround they've made. That's incredible what that organization is doing now. I guess I can credit Tony Khan for that too. I'll give him some more credit. Like I said, I criticize him a lot, but when credit is due, it's due. He's pulled through a lot of stuff. And we're gonna have Philadelphia versus Niners in the NFC Championship, which we all kind of saw coming. The Giants were overachieving big time this year, and I wanted to see them go further, but I knew they were going to hit a brick wall with Philadelphia, and Philly just absolutely blew them out. They're not ready yet, and like I said, they were overachieving. Hopefully, they can sustain that into next season because I'd like to see it. I like that team. I've never liked Giants in the past, but I kind of like the whole underdog vibe they've been doing. Just they come off as a well-coached team, and I like to see that because there really aren't any standout superstars, on that team, but just playing good team football, and that's always fun to watch, But hey, we'll see where Derek Carr ends up, and maybe I'll be rooting for them next year. I'll still be a Raiders fan regardless, but man, if we get Tom Brady, that's gonna be a hard pill to swallow for me. I am so sorry because man, that's gonna be tough. It's bad enough that the Raiders are now looking like the junior New England Patriots, which hurts like heck. But yeah, we'll see that. I mean, on the wrestling front, a lot of stuff happening, but I mean, we're coming into our Royal Rumble. A return of the Funhouse, man, on SmackDown. That I missed half of it, unfortunately. I kind of because I was trying to usher my son away from watching watching the Funhouse and mistaking it for a kid show, man. But because that got like my friend Matt, was saying that got dark really quickly, and I like that aspect of Bray Wyatt. So So we're taking a dark turn, and he even talked to the rabbit and said, because the rabbit was talking about being afraid of the dark or whatnot, and yeah, it took a dark turn quickly. Other than that, not a lot going on. Like I said, I kind of watching wrestling almost seemed it seemed secondary this week to me, unfortunately, because of the tragedy of Briscoe, Jay Briscoe. But I hope I haven't left anything out as far as that goes. I hope I've given an adequate eulogy to Jay because he deserves it. But other than that, like I said, nothing really much aside from that I want to talk too much about. Check us out on crushingkayfabe.com, crushing with a K. Excuse me. Wow. What is Rock 30 tonight? I will watch it anyway, but that should be a fun show. Is that going on tonight? I know I'm horrible. I should know these things, man. But we'll be watching that. Like I said, check us out on crushingkayfabe.com, crushing with a K. Check us out on, like us on Facebook, on YouTube, on Spotify, on any various podcasting platform. I haven't been able to break into iTunes, unfortunately. I've been having some issues with trying to set that up. For some reason, they're not accepting my payment method, and I don't understand why. But eventually we'll get there. I'll figure it out. I might have to take a call to Apple, to their tech support, to figure it out. I know I've been saying that for a year now. I'm sorry, but yeah. So like I said, lots of things to look forward to. Check us out on crushingkayfabe.com. Excuse me. Check us out on Patreon. Patreon.com. Do a search for Crushing Kayfabe with K. Check us out. At the Now Flea Market, my wife has some items for sale there. It's downtown Trenton, Tennessee, right in the square. Easy enough to find. Just look for the sign. But you can get some of my CDs there, and you can pick up some of my wife's homemade goods, handcrafted items. Hooked by Jenna Lynn. Check her out on Facebook. Check out Trenton Tabletop and Arcade. They're taking reservations for private parties. They just set up a Discord channel, so if you find them on Discord, you can talk and have a discussion there. I've never been one for Discord. I know a lot of podcasters love it. I created an account and went on there because I was invited by some of the members of TSR, believe it or not. So it was like the dungeon, hobby museum or whatnot, where D&D was created. I was invited by some of those guys to participate in Discord, and unfortunately, I haven't had time to even log on. I logged on there once, set up my account, joined the group, and I think that was it. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry about that. I apologize to everyone in there, and everyone that invited me, but just with my schedule, I've like zero time for that, unfortunately, right now, and that's sad because that would have been a fun group to be part of. Especially with the proceedings with Hasbro right now, and the legal actions that are going in between those two entities, I should say, because they've levied charge, a lawsuit against Hasbro / Wizards of the Coast because of the previous content in with D&D and whatnot involving some of the previous creators there, and then there was some charges that went back from Hasbro to TSR because of their Star Frontiers game coming out. So some allegations and whatnot. Like I said, I'm not a lawyer, so I'm not gonna get too much into that. But I don't want to get too much off the topic here. But yeah, check Trenton Tabletop and Gaming out. Trenton Tabletop and Arcade, sorry. I'll screw that up every single time. It's become a running joke now. I just screw it up. I'm going to start screwing up on purpose now. Check them out in Trenton, downtown Trenton, Tennessee, on the square. Like I said, they have a Discord set up now, so you can discuss directly with the owner or whatnot. They rent tables out, so you can, if you're looking for a place to run a game, whether it's a board game, a role playing game, collectible card game, whatever you got. If you're not into that, check out the arcade and have some check out some vintage games. They're really cool, and they've got a pool table now. So they got not a pool table. So if you want to play some pool, go down there and check them out. Check it out, and tell them that Crushing Kayfabe sent you when you get down there. Like I said, not a whole lot else. Continue to pray for the people in the Ukraine. And continue to send donations to legitimate organizations that can help the Ukrainians because they need it. Hasn't been on the news a lot lately, but it's still happening, it's still going on. So, and they still need help. So, hey, thank you everyone for tuning in, and God bless.